But it was fine. I've never had a problem going from comedy to drama. It's never been weird for me. But then Jodie Foster said for The Beaver after she saw Winter's Bone that I was too dark and serious, and then I flew to New York and was like, dun 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 dun, and she was like, oh, she's just stupid. This will be great. So yeah, that was the only time it caused a problem. But then now I think that people can see Winter's Bone, and then they can see me in an interview like snorting at a joke of myself and realize that it's not really a problem. Josh and I are both crazy, and so it's good when we have people that are not crazy to kind of calm us down a little bit. But when Josh and I are together, we're so bad for each other. One time Josh and I were in his room, we were watching some show about crocodiles, and then we went screaming about Avatar and how upsetting it was that we couldn't live on Pandora and we couldn't be avatars no matter how hard we tried. And we were screaming at the top of our lungs before we even realized it, and Liam like ran in. He was like, are you guys all right? And we're both like just totally upset, covering up our faces, like, oh, Avatar.
Is that a little Australian accent I heard?
I was meant for it to be.
You ride then, right?
Yeah, I do.
You ever fallen off or been thrown?
Yeah, because my parents were cheap, so they never bought trained horses. So it was just kind of, I have a deformed tailbone, actually, from being thrown off of a horse.
You know, I'd heard that. But now, wait a minute. You're telling me that your parents bought wild, unbroken stallions because they were cheaper and let the kids loose on them?
Yeah, they were busy. They had more things to worry about.
They were busy,
yeah.
of course. So then you had to break your own horse.
Yeah, or my own tailbone.
Now, and were you tossed, is that, or kicked?
Everything. At one point, the horse was running into a barn, like an abandoned barn, so I had to just jump ship and drop and roll. Yeah. That was the deformed elbow.
Now, do they in Kentucky? Do they ride Western or English?
I sound like such a redneck. I didn't really ride with a saddle. If we did, we had English and Western saddles, but my mom said that that was for the people who like board their horses there, so I wasn't allowed to use any of that. So I just kind of hopped on and went for it.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Did anybody from the county ever come out to the house? Talk to mom and dad about...
I'm going to get my parents arrested. My childhood in my mind seems so lovely and just picturesque, and then I talk back about it, and I'm like, oh my God.
You kids stay away from them saddles now. Get out there and break them broncs.
That's for the rich folk.
And what do you do as an X-Man? Are you an X-Man?
Yes, I'm an X-Woman.
What do you do?
I play Mystique.
You're Mystique?
Yes, so I'm a shapeshifter.
Oh, sure, a shapeshifter. Is it fun to make these big special effects?
It would be if I could actually shapeshift. That was my biggest flaw.
Yeah. Did you lie at the audition and tell them you could?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I can play basketball and I can shapeshift, and I'm blue. They were very disappointed.
Yeah, no, well, they shouldn't be, really. And then what's the next block? Well, I think we have it here on this magazine here. It's called Hunger Games. Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow. Now that's one of these highly anticipated films.
Yeah.
I just got into town. And what's that one? Is that a vampire deal?
No, that's not a vampire deal. That's just a very violent, futuristic movie where kids are randomly selected from their home districts to fight in an arena to the death. But we don't drink blood. That's sick.
Wow. Hey, you want to look at a clip?
Yeah, let's.
All right, is this 3D?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
She is brave, she is beautiful, she is deep. And she's New Hollywood and Old Kentucky all at the same time, and I just love her. Jennifer Lawrence.
Thank you. Standing here is really overwhelming. Thank you, Jodie. Oh, you're right there. Okay, good. Whew. I was just going to look like someone random, be like, sorry, focus. Anyway, damn, I was just about to say nice about Jodie, and then
When you go to something like the Golden Globes,
the stars here, they're like the stars of the stars. It's the very top stars in the audience.
I know, everybody's really famous. I was like, I'm not cool enough to be at this party. Somebody's made a mistake.
And how does it work? Have they, most of them, like, seen your movie and they come up to you and say, great job, or stuff like those sorts of things?
No, not really.
Not really?
No. I mean, some people do, but most of it's just me going,
Who are you most about of all the people that you met there?
I didn't see it coming. I didn't expect it, but I did. It's Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
like 2 feet away from my table, and I was just, it changes you.
Really?
Like I have heart palpitations. They should be king and queen of America. I would pay taxes to them and not even think twice about it. I was just so blown away.
Did you talk to them at all?
No.
Oh, really?
No, of course not. No.
You just
I didn't talk
admired
to
them?
anybody.
Really?
Yeah,
Nobody?
I was just like, I'm having trouble talking to you. You're famous too.
Wait a minute. Who were you sitting with at the table? Weren't you?
Tilda Swinton was at my table.
Okay.
Which was, I couldn't, gosh, every time she tried to start a normal conversation with me, I would just keep going, such a big fan. I'm such a big fan of yours. And she's just like, okay, so are you miserable yet? And I'm like, I'm just really tired. I'm such a big fan.
And so it was just you and Tilda Swinton at the table together?
Well, Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas were going to be at my table, I thought. They started sitting down, and I was like, oh, my gosh. And then they were like, oh, wrong table, and turned around and walked away.
No.
And I was like, no, exactly.
Really?
That's like when a waiter comes out with, like, amazing food, and you're starving, and they make eye contact with you, and then just walk right past you.
So they did not, do you think they turned around because you guys were there, or do you think it was
It
just
might
the
have
wrong...
had something to do with the drooling. I don't know.
Have you thought about the whole dress thing yet? Have you stopped? You seem
I
like...
want to wear the Golden Globes dress again. It seems so weird. I could only wear that once. It was so pretty. I loved it.
It was gorgeous. And
And I didn't have to suck in because the ruffles were right here.
What do you have to suck
Perfect.
in? Come on.
Yeah, don't pan down my stomach. That's horrible. What if, like, you pan down? I did. I'm like, huge belly. I saw Helena Bonham Carter, like, right around there. Helena Bonham Carter and Jeff Bridges waved at me. And, of course, I thought it would be absurd if they were waving at me, so I just stared at them. I stared at both of them, and then they were like, all right, fine. And I was like, for you?
There was nobody behind you but a wall.
Yeah,
It was only
I
you.
know. I was just like, really?
Anybody you crushing on at the Oscars that you want to meet?
Yeah, about pretty much every person here. I still can't have a conversation with Jeff Bridges because it's just kind of too much. Like, my nickname literally is Jeff Bridges because I'm so obsessed with him and I quote every movie he's ever been in.
Really?
Yeah, like it's crazy. And so now that I see him, I actually took a cookie with his face on it. And I didn't even realize that there was a cookie with, like, my face on it right next to it. I was just like, Jeff Bridges.
And what will you do with that cookie?
Keep it forever.
Yeah?